everybody. So, as usual, we're having a little bit of difficulty to have Annette join us on this live. Hi, Annette. Um, I'm gonna try to add you again. Hmm. Hi. I just sent you a request, Annette. I don't know if you saw. You can ask me to join. Maybe it will work better on your end. I don't know. Mm-mm-mm. I accepted your requests. Let's hope it works. I saw your request.
Yay!
Oh my goodness, you're live too. I don't see you.
Yay,
Hi.
it worked! Oh my
I
goodness. I'm like
don't understand why
frantically,
it does
and I'm
this
sure if
every
I'm frantically
time.
sending, it doesn't work, you know.
I don't know why it does this every time. Every single time. So frustrating.
I don't know, but it's wonderful to see you. And
Well, I can't see you, but it's great to hear your voice, and I know that when we put on the replay, our viewers will be able to see you too, and I'm sure they can see you too. It's just me on my end. I don't know what's
can
going
you
on.
hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you. I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Oh my gosh. That's
Ah,
so weird.
but I'm so glad to be live with you tonight. It's so great.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's morning here, so
Well,
um
for me, it's night.
yeah,
As you can see, I have to put the
I
light
know.
on.
It's so awesome. So good to see your smiling face.
Oh,
um,
so good.
so why don't we just go ahead and introduce ourselves? You want to go first?
Uh, yeah, sure. So my name is Marina. I'm a witchy entrepreneur. I don't really know how to define myself these days. And I have a lot going on right now, which is why we haven't been able to do our weekly lives as often as we wished we could. Because the big news for me is that I will be moving in a few weeks. So I have a lot going on. I don't really have ongoing offers, but I will be starting new things very soon. And I still want to do these lives with Annette because it is so much fun. We do these weekly forecasts to give you some insight on the energetics of the weeks to come. So, yeah, I hope it gives you a chance to discover both of our works, and I hope that you will enjoy this tonight. Go ahead, Annette.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm so happy that you're here, Marina, and that we do this. I love to do this with
Yeah,
you.
same.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And my name is Annette Spicala, and I am a radical liberation mentor for women. So I know that's a mouthful, but I, kind of go in and help when times are really tough. So, and that's really from my background. I've navigated a lot of things. So I like to share that and, help empower other women. So I'm also a Reiki master and an intuitive. Um, and I am growing towards a lot of protection work and shadow work, and
That's perfect.
helping women navigate that's all of those things, in order to thrive. So that's what I do. I am a card reader as well. So Yeah, so we can just leap in. I decided to do things. I usually do the tarot, and I decided to use oracle cards today and to tune in right before we did the live to pull some collective cards for everyone.
Oh,
So, and what are you doing today? Are you
I'm doing oracles too.
okay? Okay.
I can't wait
What
to
I
see what came for you, what came up for you.
Well, what I thought I would do is there's a couple of cards that are very apropos for this season. And as many of you may know, we are heading into Scorpio season. And, with Halloween or Samhain, for those of us that practice, coming up, it really is a time for reflection, for working on things that we need to do. It's kind of this time of reflection and looking at the shadows, and also understanding how the shadows create the light. We can't have one without the other. So anyway, I'm using this oracle deck by Denise Lynn called The Sacred Destiny, and it was my very, very first deck. And so I've used it a lot. It's, the book is well worn and loved. So the first card that I pulled for everyone, I got this beautiful card with the full moon, which is coming up this Saturday. There will be a full moon in Taurus, and it's called Openness. So I'm going to read a little bit from the book because it's important to connect with the meanings of what the author intended as well for oracle cards. So I'm just going to read this for this particular card, and then I pulled another one. So, secrets of the moon. The cycles of the moon affect every aspect of our life. The cyclical magnetic pull regulates the tides as it acts on our planet's waters. The moon even affects the monthly cycles of women. It is not an accident that a woman's cycle and the cycle of the moon are approximately the same amount of time. In native cultures, when women lived in nature, it was not uncommon for them to menstruate during the new moon and ovulate around the full moon. It was believed that menstruation was the time that a woman had to be still, put her everyday labors aside, and renew. For all people, the dark of the moon was a time to incubate ideas, watch nocturnal dreams for signs, and be still. In modern life, we as a culture don't honor these natural cycles often enough. And as a result, our lives are usually bereft of this important time of rejuvenation. The sacred landscape wants you to know, when you receive this card, be open to receiving signs. Be still. Do nothing. Be open and breathe. Relax completely and thoroughly. Incubate your dreams for the future. If you are trying to make a decision, take the time to watch for signs and listen to the whispers of the universe. Watch your dreams for messages regarding whatever situation it is that you are dealing with, and become a sacred watcher. Observe life as it unfolds rather than becoming engaged in it. Be open to what the universe has in store for you. Be receptive to messages from your soul. This card can also be the bringer of sacred wonders into your life. Miracles can show up in ways you didn't expect. So that's a lot. I think it is very connected to what we are going through astrologically. This is an eclipse season. It's also very connected to what this time of year holds for most of us when the veils are thin. And it is a great time to observe and to watch for signs, as it says, because a lot of times during this time of year, we can tap into our ancestral knowledge, into our, into those who have come before us and are here to support us and give us the strength that we need to navigate things. So it's a beautiful card that talks about that rest and rejuvenation and sacred watching. It's okay not to push and hustle and grind. It's okay to rest and watch and wait and listen. So I think that's a beautiful card. And then I'm not going to read all of the one, the other one that I pulled, but confirmation. So I like to pull a confirmation card when I do a reading. And this one is called Flow. And if you notice, there's also a full moon on this card. So not only is it connected visually, but this is very connected to the message of the first one. Flow, meaning just let things go. Sit on the riverbank and watch, whether it's your emotions or whatever it is that's going on for you, flow by you like a leaf on the water, and choose not to react. Choose to watch and be in the flow. And so this is a beautiful confirmation of the first card. So that is what I have.
Wonderful.
Yes. So I'm gonna leave it there because I think that really that says it all. I mean, that is an incredible message for us as a collective.
It is. Thank you for that.
I'm gonna leave it there. Go ahead, Marina.
Well, I'm using one of my faves, which is the Woodland Wardens. I've been using this deck for a few months now, and I feel a very deep connection to it, which is why I use it a lot. Usually, if you've watched other lives that we've done in the past, you know that what I like to do is ask you to pick a card between card number 1, card number 2, card number 3. And what's interesting for today is that, of course, you can do that. And I highly encourage you to close your eyes, tune in, and trust that one of these 3 cards will speak to you more than the others. But for this particular pull, what happened was that the 3 cards are very much linked together, especially in this eclipse season and just before we start the witch's new year, which is Samhain. Samhain is the time where the veil between the spirit world and our world is much thinner. It's a time where our intuition is heightened and where our emotions can resurface in very interesting ways. And because there's also this eclipse season going on, and we still have the major moon movements, we might be feeling like we're kind of what I call like you're in the washing machine of the universe and you feel like you're tumbling over and over and over. And it's not always easy to navigate all of these things, but it invites us to go inward and to go deep, to work on ourselves. So for today, you can try and see if your intuition pulls you toward card number 1, 2, or 3. But also, please listen to the messages of all of these 3 cards together because they're very, very important. So for the first card, we have one of the cards that I have pulled before in one of these lives, which is the skunk and the magnolia. And that's the card for protection. And because during this shadow work season, we might feel like everything is coming to the surface because that's the point. We go inward And we try and see what is still acting like an open wound and see how we can heal that to go forward in the following months. And what this card is here to remind you of is that you are safe. So breathe. You are safe, my dear. You're okay. Everything that is happening during this time is happening for a reason. There's a higher purpose. There's something going on that you may not see yet, but you are safe. Everything is okay. And you can safely do the work without having to look over your shoulder all the time. It's completely okay. So you can relax. That's the first message for you. The next message is deceit from the coyote and the datura, and it came up reversed, which means that the meaning for this card, I'm just look at the design of this card, which is beautiful. The meaning of this card when it's reversed is that you're invited to trust your intuition. If something doesn't sit right with you, trust that you know best. Trust that you are aware of what's going on and that your intuition will be your guide during this eclipse season. And the last card, I'm sorry for this camera movement. The last card is the snake and the fern. And the message for this one is starting over. And what it invites you to do is to trust that if a cycle is ending right now, there's a reason for it. And that you are meant to trust what's coming. So as you can see, all of these three messages are very much linked. And if you take them as a whole, what it says is that, yes, this time may be challenging for you. But at the same time, you're about to begin a new cycle, a new chapter, and you need to do the work to clean anything that is no longer serving you, but also anything that needs to be alchemized. And also trust your gut, trust your intuition, and know that you are safe. Mm-hmm. And for me, this is just like one of the most beautiful messages that you could receive, especially in these troubled times. Mm-hmm. So that's the message that I had for you today. And I hope this resonates and lands in a way that will bring you some comfort. Mm-hmm. At least that's my hope.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful, Marina. And it definitely connects to that idea of stillness. Yeah. And this is a time for that. And it's okay to be still. It's okay to be a sacred watcher. It's okay to be in the flow of things and let things go by rather than react to everything. And I think that you're absolutely right. That's very reflective of, you know, what's going on in our world. A lot of times it's very difficult to navigate all of these things. And I think the one big message that I take away from this is to spend the time to ground yourself. Ground yourself first, and then find ways that you can contribute to your own life, your own decisions, your own, you know, or the collective. I mean, whatever your calling is, but having that stillness and grounding yourself and knowing that you're protected is just an amazing thing. So
most definitely.
Yeah. And you know, it, like everything, it continues to flow. Time flows, you know, you just have to kind of take some time to be still and rejuvenate and rest. That's the perfect time to do this. So, and with this full moon on Saturday, I mean, you know, again, a beautiful time to take a break and enjoy what's around you. So, do you have
And
any offers you'd like
uh,
to talk about?
no, I don't have any offers right now because, like I said, I'm in the process of moving, and I'm moving quite far from where I live right now. So it's a very
Big
challenging
project.
time. Yes, but in November, there will be a lot of things happening for me. I will be doing some markets. So for the people who are in France and who are near Auvergne, you'll be able to see me in person 2 weekends during the month of November on the 19th and on the 26th. And starting December, I will be able to hold workshop in person in my new place. So
Oh,
that is
fabulous.
very exciting. But before that, I'm just open to help anyone who needs guidance. I still do readings on demand, but
Mhm,
I'm not actively promoting anything because I don't have the bandwidth to do any promotional work at this
mhm,
time. But
mhm.
I still have my calendar open for anyone who feels like it's the right time for them to jump in.
Awesome.
What about
Awesome.
you?
Um, so as always, I as well offer readings, but I am offering my catapult sessions for half off right now during this time, I think. And the reason is I just want to be able to give something, while we navigate eclipse season, while we, deal with things in the world and, try to help move that heavy energy so that we can be in a better place. So a catapult session involves a fusion of tarot readings, of Reiki energy healing, and also coaching. And so they're half off right now, and the link is in my bio. So I'd love to help you. If you need some help, please sign up. My calendar's open.
Wonderful.
And I am also working on something that I'm extremely excited about, and you won't be able to see it, but I'm creating some new protection energy clearing sprays. And they are made in ritual. They are made under the dark moon. And they have flower essences, gems, moon water that I've made, essential oils, all kinds of stuff. And they're going to be available starting this week. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited because it's a project that is dear to my heart. It's a way to, have a smokeless cleanse of your energy in your space. And a lot of energy workers still use sage very much. And that is sadly a plant that is becoming endangered. And my belief is that it needs to be preserved for the native peoples who rely on it for their own medicine. So I am kind of taking this in hand and want to offer something that is just as effective and smokeless, doesn't use sage. So I'm very excited about it. So these are going to be available this week, and they're in 2 different sizes. So I'm excited. The link will be in my bio once they launch in a few days. So we have a little workshop set up here. I have all my little, worker bees, which is me. It's just me, you know. I'm all the worker bees. So anyway,
Well, that's
it's exciting.
the role of the entrepreneur. You're doing everything at once, and
That's
you are everything
right.
at the same time.
That's right. That's right. So anyway, I'm so glad that we were able to make this happen, and we appreciate your patience as we navigate all of the technical difficulties that we have on occasion. But we're able to connect, France and the US across the
Yeah,
pond. So
feel
it's a
that
beautiful thing.
amazing connection. So glad to be able to do this. We'll let you know
Absolutely.
as soon as we can do another one. And thank you again for being so patient at the beginning of these lives. We know
We appreciate
we're depending on these apps, and yeah, technology is not always very friendly when we
right,
talk about the spirit world.
right, right.
So anyway,
Sending
thank
you
you
guys so
so
much
much.
love and lots of good energy.
Talk soon.
Okay.
Goodbye,
Bye,
everybody.
everyone.